one that tests exceptions.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'll do a test drive. Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
cool. Okay. Starting in five. Okay. Starting in five, four, three, two, one. Okay. So we're gonna be discussing chapter 13. Chapter 13 covers exception handling using try, catch, and finally blocks to gracefully deal with the with things that go wrong at runtime instead of letting your program crash. It also introduces creating your own custom exception classes, like extending exception, throwing them with throw, and declaring them with throw, so calling code knows what it needs to handle. So handing it over to Camilo.
Right. Okay. So here we got something called, X test drive. So a custom check exception. So adds no new fields or methods of its own. The only purpose is to give us a more specific, meaningful exception type than just throwing a generic exception. Extending exception, that runtime exception, makes this a checked exception. So why do risky empty brackets below has to declare throws my x. So class my x extends exception. So public class x test drive, public static void main strings square brackets arguments. So if you run this with the command line argument, argues square bracket 0 is used. Otherwise, it defaults to yes. This is what decides whether the exception actually gets thrown below. So this is a string test. So argument lengths greater than 0 or not. So if argument length is greater than 0 or is 0, then yes. Then you got try system output. So if the risky throws my execution jumps straight to the catch block. The rest of the try block. So you got these loops. So do risky, test system outprint 0, catch my xe system outprint a. Finally, always runs whether the try block finished cleanly on exception was thrown in court, or even in other cases if the exception was never caught at all. It's the one block you can count on executing no matter what happened above it. You know what I mean? So system.out.print w system.out.print in s. So yeah, throws my x and the freaking method signature is Java forcing you to be honest. So this method might fail in a specific named way. Whoever calls it either catch that or pass the applications. So further up the chain, that's the deal with check exceptions. The static void the risky string t throws my x, then system.out.print h. So if yes dot equals t, then throwing here immediately exits to risky. The R print below is skipped entirely, and the control jumps back to whichever try block calls this method. So throwing new my X empty brackets and system.out R. So yeah, I mean, and then all I have to do is run this thing, and then let's see, and then goodness sakes, thoughts, and then yeah, I mean, they are next to you. The double, it's you now. I
That's
don't know.
James.
I mean, James. Well,
Test
When
exceptions. Uh, they they have the public class of test exceptions, and they change this to yes to trigger the exception. A string test. No, and then they've got the code that may code that may throw an exception, and they call the risky method do risky tests. It runs only if no exception occurs. System dot out print in and try, and they've got the catch that handles the custom exception, and then finally always runs whether an exception occurs or not. They've got the system dot out print in, and the program continues after the try catch. Uh, finally, and then they've got the system out print in, and that indicates the method has started. If the test is yes, it's the custom exception and runs only if the exception is thrown. A custom exception class with a scary exception. So then they've got the start try, start risky, end try, final, and end of main. So no, that's it for chapter 13.
yeah, and just extra, there's a mini music app. Yeah, so it's the main method entry point of the program. It's got a main string. It's got a play function to replace a single MIDI note. Then it's got the sequence player. So it's open, short message, track, so on and so forth. And then yeah, print any errors that occur while playing the MIDI games sequence. So as you can see, just print a mini note, and then yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to add that in there because it's a new concept, mini player, the MIDI music player.